you watch the Janet Jackson documentary?
I did not watch the Janet Jackson doc.
I
Did
have
you?
not watched it. I have not watched it either, but I really want to. I've heard from a lot of people that it was really, really good. Um, and I just did a review, not a review, but like you was talking about her life and stuff. And do you know the 5, 4, 3,
Three,
2, 1,
two,
edit?
one. Level up. Level up. No.
No, but it's do you know the numbers? Because she doesn't just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
5, 4. Do you know how she does it? Do you remember how she does it?
I don't.
It was
Janet Jackson
5,
was before my time.
4, 3. Oh, it's hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Which is that kind of trips me up. It's like this is really hard. Pointing at your thumbs is really hard.
What do you mean? Like what?
Like this, look, and then
You're trying to do this?
this, and then this. Fast. Isn't that
That's
crazy?
not the same thing, though.
Yes, it is. I'm pointing at my thumbs.
No, I'm saying, how is that the same as this?
Oh,
I don't
it
get
just
it.
like it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Edit. So it's kind of hard. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not the same thing. You got me, Monet. It's not the same thing, but it is.
I wasn't trying to get you, babe. I was just saying,
It is. It
I
is
didn't,
hard.
I didn't
It's
understand the
mental dexterity.
correlation you were trying to make.
It's motor skills and hand-eye coordination.
Well, and you have none of those, so that's why it's very hard for you. How are you doing?
Oh, God. Well, I'm doing well. How are you today?
Well, you were bundled up. You were in your house with your coat on. You just had your
Because
bag set up.
Jacob's up in here fucking with the air conditioner is being weird today. We have to get our air conditioning fixed and our heating fixed in our home. Um,
And
and
wait, Jacob, break it. Why you say Jacob in here being what?
well, Jacob keeps it cold in the house anyways. Like but even outside of that, we haven't had heat in our home for like how long with Jacob? Like a month. We haven't had heat in our home.
Oh, it's been cold in LA too, girl.
I know my sweet baby has been here by herself in the fruit. But honestly, Jacob's probably loves this shit. Jacob's probably like Jacob's probably living his fucking dreams in the Arctic Circle in here, walking around like one of those little fur balls in Frozen. You know the little rocks,
Uh-oh.
like like like
Uh,
bungling up.
I see that you're back in LA, so you've gotten over your COVID, so which means you're in a better mood this week. Because last advisory,
I did not say I was in a better mood. Let's just start with that. You said that.
work.
I never said I was in a
Well,
good mood.
we are in for a strap on in, y'all. We're in for a bumpy ride.
Yeah, I never said I was in a good mood. So let's get that crack a lacking. I also got my
Work.
tooth fixed. What? Oh,
Can we
now you're afraid to
comment?
talk about my tooth. Last time you was willing to.
Can we comment on it, or are you gonna persecute us for saying that your fixed up tooth looks nice?
Oh, I see. Well, I see. This is the way that you handle me setting my boundaries. Work. I've got my tooth fixed, and
Good for you! Yay!
that's.
Salutations!
Well, I don't know if that's supposed to sound sarcastic, but it does. Um, but also it was weird because I got my tooth fixed. I remember back when I was during the episode, all the well, it was weird because during the episode, all the comments kept being like, "Bob, it's literally like a 30-minute thing on your lunch break." And I remember thinking to myself like, I don't know what tooth chippings y'all have got to fix, but it is a longer procedure.
How
It's
long
not
did
like
it
a
take
quick
you?
getting your tooth fixed. If you the way that I chip my tooth. First of all, as a reminder, it was not my actual tooth. It was a fake tooth that broke. So they have to remove the old tooth and then put on the new tooth. So you have to get
That
rid of the
new new.
old fake tooth, which was again not a tooth, and you have to drill it down to just my actual tooth underneath, which looks like a little tic tac, and then they have to make this tooth right there in the office.
So how long did that take?
Maybe like 3 hours, maybe, and then
Work.
I have to come back in 2 weeks, and they're gonna pull this one off because this one is just made of plastic, and they're gonna put on.
It's like the little placeholder until you get the porcelain.
Yes. So this is just a
Got it.
plastic tooth that the doctor makes right there in the room, and then I'm gonna have my porcelain baddie tooth, which I cannot believe this is my fourth time chipping this exact same tooth. This is
Well, I
Insane.
think you need to go to whoever's making that tooth. They are using shitty materials. You need to get that shit made better.
That is not the case. Okay, my first time I chipped my tooth, it was made from natural sources. It was made of tooth the first time I chipped it. But I fell off my bike and I like the entire weight of my body crushed my face, so my tooth popped off. And then the second time I
Oh,
got it
so your
fixed,
your tooth was popping off.
it literally it was popping off. The second time I got my tooth fixed, they actually they kind of just filled in the bottom half instead of actually. This is one of those little 30-minute procedures people talking about. They filled in the bottom half, but it was too much. You can't fill in like. I think when people fill in, the chip is like this. For those of you watching, like I'm holding my hand, and then they'll fill that part in with the stuff. But bitch, I was missing this, and they tried to fill all this in, just like adding it on. So, and also, my teeth weren't done growing. I chipped my tooth in third grade, so my teeth were still growing to fit my
Got
head.
it.
So then the tooth chipped, and then I got it fixed in 10th grade, and that lasted me 15 years. Um,
Hmm.
and I guess it just 15. I guess 15 years is about as long as a tooth will last. They say about 15 20 years. And then this time, I got hit very hard. I mean, my doctor looked and he was like, "This is why I chipped like five of my teeth."
Wait, this past time?
Yes, because he was looking. He goes, "Yeah, you missed a chunk here. These three down here, all missing a small piece of my
And did you not
right."
realize you were missing all these pieces of your teeth?
Yeah, I told you back that day. I said, "Yeah, I chipped a lot of my teeth at once," and I
Oh
and I
no, bitch! I thought it was just the one. No, none of us knew that. I thought we all just thought it was just that one.
I told you. I think it's even on the podcast. I said I chipped several of my teeth. I hit the door really really hard, and I mean it cut my lip. My lip was busted. I got hit very hard. That was it
Well, we're
was
also
crazy.
proud of you for being so vulnerable with us and sharing your teeth journey. Because when we did the one about dentistry, you weren't willing to share now, and I think we're all grateful that you feel comfortable enough to share in this moment.
What are you doing?
I am in Portland because this was a Christmas gift from Andy to come and see Chelsea Handler here. And bitch, literally this after the show was supposed to be tonight, and literally this afternoon about 12:30, he got an email saying that Chelsea Handler has canceled the show tonight. So we're literally just in Portland
Just
fucking
hanging out in
around.
Portland.
I am so mad. I'm so mad.
Well, I'm sure Chelsea probably had a very good reason to cancel the show.
I'm sure she did. That does not change my feelings that I am upset.
I recently there was this woman on Twitter or Instagram or somewhere, Reddit or somewhere, TikTok. I don't remember where she was, but she basically has gone to see Adele. I think four times, and every time she's gone to see Adele, Adele has canceled the show. Like Adele was like
That
coming to
sucks.
Florida, and then she flew to London to see Adele. Adele canceled, and then like it was like, and it's by the way, it's like the few shows Adele has canceled in the past year. She just happened to have a ticket every single time Adele canceled a show. Doesn't that sound
Yeah,
annoying as hell? Did you
that's
tell
really
everyone that you
annoying.
you didn't tell them about your why how you missed her show last time in New York City, or
I think
did
I
you? I
did,
don't
but
know. I
I'll say
can't
it.
remember.
I'm pretty sure I did. But so Mateo Lane, obviously, you guys know we talk about Mateo Lane very often on the podcast. He's a very good friend of Bob and myself. Mateo was opening for her, and Mateo and I were chatting on the phone. And he was like, "Monet, guess what? I'm opening for Chelsea." I was like, "Shut up." I was like, "Mateo, I will fly to come and see you do it, but also meet Chelsea." And he was like, "Bet, do it." Literally booked my flight. And when I was and to New York, it was like a month later when I finally when the day of, my flight was delayed, and I mean no, I ended up missing my flight. And then when I got on the next one, it got there too late, and I ended up missing the whole thing. So I did not see Chelsea Handler that first time. So Andy got me this Christmas gift, knowing that information, and surprised me with this trip, and she canceled.
Well, that's wild. That sucks. I hate that happened to you. Um, but your birthday's coming up, and you all can go see her again, probably.
Yeah, Andy rebooked them for one of the dates in May, but he got like the whole meet and greet experience, like all that stuff. And at the show in LA in May, she's not doing a meet and greet, and none of the good seats are left. It's only like the fucking nosebleed mezzanine seats
Well, no,
that
but
are
even
left.
so, wait. So they just give you a refund. They don't like try to. They don't. It's not like Delta. They don't try. They don't work on rebooking you. They just give you back your money.
No, well, they said that she's going to be in here in March, but I can't. I'm not available for the dates that she's coming back in March to Portland.
That sucks. I'm sorry that sounds very annoying. I would be very upset. I I recently got like a offer for a gig, but it was on the same day as my show in San Jose. Oh, now,
Hmm.
bear in mind, I have a sneaking suspicion that me and Chelsea Handler are not doing the same size venues. I got a feeling she's probably doing something a little bigger than I'm doing. But that being said, I, you know, me and my manager were talking. They were like, "Do you want to like this is it's a TV offer? You should can't." Not the first thing you should have said it's not unheard of to cancel your gig. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, but it's sold out." And like, I don't know how far someone's driving. I don't know if someone got tickets. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what someone is doing to come see this show. So I
Yeah.
was like, I'm gonna stay. But it was, anyway. Long story short, I was like, I don't want to cancel the show. It feels bad, and it was the show's on the 9th. I don't know what time this is airing, but the show in San Jose is on the 9th of February, and today is the 4th. So and it was like I think I got the offer on the 2nd. So I was like, it just seems it's like such a short amount of time. It felt bad
Yeah, for
to
sure.
cancel the show.
Yeah. Well,
Chelsea
that's why you're a queen for the people, Roberta.
and Chelsea. What is Chelsea?
She's a cunt for America. I'm kidding. I don't know. I love. I still love Chelsea, and I'm probably hopefully I get to meet her or see her sometime soon.
Girl, her and Joe
Um,
Coy are just kikiing and cackling.
I
Apparently
know.
they're together.
Fucking
I didn't. ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, Joe Coy, and who else?
and
Is there
Chelsea.
another power couple I don't know about?
Jekyll and Hyde are dating each other.
I was like, there might be. There probably is gonna find. I think there was someone else that was dating. I was like, what? Kristen Stewart is married to someone famous too,
Is she?
or Kristen Bell.
Yeah, Kristen Bell.
The
But
let
her and
the
Dax.
do you want to the do
Her,
you want to build a snowman girl?
yeah, her and Dax Shepard. But they have like kids and stuff. They've been together for years.
Yeah, bitch, I didn't know. I did not know. I clearly don't follow celebrity relationships. I guess the only celebrity relationships that I really know are the ones who are like, I don't know, like being together as part of their thing. Oh my God, have you seen what Kim and Kanye are going through right now?
Yeah, and Kim, Kanye posted a picture of a screenshot of Northwest on TikTok, and he's like, "Can somebody please advise me what to do?" Literally asking his fans, because about my daughter having a TikTok account that I don't want her to have, etc. And Kim got at that ass and was like, "Well," and like laid him out, and everybody was like, "Kanye, stop."
So this is Sibling Advicery. What advice would you give
Oh,
Kanye?
this is Advicery?
Yes, advisory girl.
What advice would you give
Oh
Kanye?
no, well let's read let's read Kanye's tweet verbatim and then we'll do it like an advisory. Do you have the tweet pulled up?
Yeah, one
Monet?
second, I got it right. I got it
Is it
right
on
here.
Twitter or Instagram?
I got it right here. Kanye said this. Since this is my
No, we
first
gotta read it like it's
divorce,
coming in, like it's a letter straight to us. Dear Bob Monet.
dear Baba Monet, since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do about my daughter being put on TikTok against my will. Sincerely, all falls down.
Well, all falls down. You know, I got to be honest. If you, divorce sounds pretty tough. I got to be honest. Divorce does not sound good. That sounds like a really hard thing to go through, and I'm very sorry that you're going through that. That being said, you know, this is a real time to co-parent. You got to find out what it means to co-parent. And apparently, I'm assuming you don't have custody of your child because it seems like the other parent. I don't know. I don't know. Are they straight? Do you know? I don't even know if they're straight or what their gender identity
I don't
is.
know. I don't, but for some reason, I feel like the way that he like worded his question, I feel like he has a lot of money.
Yeah, yes. I mean, yeah, something about it, right? Something about those very few
Yeah, he seems
words
like really rich.
reeked of money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe talk to your lawyers. I know divorce can be messy, and I don't know if you're in one of those divorces where you're not allowed to speak to each other. Sometimes divorces get really messy. And you're gonna have to just talk through lawyers. Talk to your lawyer.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can stop the other parent from having a social media account for their child. This seems more like a thing, a moral a issue of ethics than some sort of a, you know, it seems more
Uh,
like ethics. You don't want your daughter on Instagram more so than just the mom. Just like, I don't know, is it
I
dangerous?
disagree. I disagree. I think that you can pursue legal action and you can sue that bitch and get your kid because if you don't want your daughter on TikTok, how old is your daughter? TikTok is for people 13 years or older. So if your daughter is under the age of 13 and they are on TikTok, you can pursue legal action against your former spouse for giving them an account and get your kid back because that parent is being irresponsible for giving someone who is not of legal age to be on the app access to the app because there
Well,
are
we do.
inappropriate things that happen on
Well,
this app.
we don't know how old his daughter is. His
His
daughter
daughter, yeah,
is
his daughter's 8 years
say
old.
say it. You have a microphone, Jacob.
She's 8 years
How old is?
old.
Why you look at me like that?
8.
His daughter his
Jacob
daughter
just
is
looked
8
like
years
he was
old.
exhausted. 8 years
His daughter's
old.
8 years old, so she's not supposed to be on TikTok. So there are inappropriate things that happen on TikTok. Bitch, I go on TikTok and I am bombarded with dicks and assholes and fucking people twerking and
Assholes.
people.
I think you're on Pornhub. I think you're on Pornhub.
So I think that it is inappropriate for your daughter to be on TikTok under the age of 13, and you can pursue legal action because that's not right.
Well, maybe it's just one of those TikToks where someone's filming the child, but she's not actually doing it herself. Because children can't. People film their kids on TikTok all the time.
No, it's not. No, this I've seen the TikToks of this. For some reason, I feel like I've seen All Falls Down kid on TikTok before,
Oh, oh, is
I've
she like
seen her
is she like a
make.
TikTok like a kid celebrity or something?
I think so, and I see her do her own TikToks like to the camera, like her like, "Hey TikTok, how you doing?"
Well, listen, I definitely think that your best line of action is to. It seems like clearly there is a some contention between you and the mother of your child or the other
Hmm.
parent, depending on who
Yeah.
that is. So yeah. All right, can we get our next letter, Jacob?
Yeah.
I think you said it to me earlier. Girl, part of me wants to be like, Kim, we all told you
That Kanye was is a crazy ass
that
nigga.
Kanye West was wild. Like but you also can't help who you love. You can't help who you love. You love who you love, and that just is what it is. You know what I mean?
For sure. For
So
sure.
this was, I mean, obviously we're doing a bit. That was what Kanye West posed to the world. I guess since he's asking for advice, we thought we would lean in and give him a little since he's asking everybody. And this is what Kim Kardashian wrote back. She said, Kanye's constant attacks on me in interviews and on social media is actually more hurtful than any TikToks North might create. As a parent who is the main provider and caregiver for our child, I am doing my best to protect our daughter while also allowing her to express her creativity on the medium that she wishes with adult supervision because it brings her happiness. Divorce is difficult enough on our children, and Kanye's obsession with trying to control and manipulate our situations so negatively and publicly is only causing further pain for all. From the beginning, I have wanted nothing but a healthy and supportive co-parenting relationship because it was it is
It
because it
is.
is what is best for our children, and it saddens me that Kanye continues to make it impossible every step of the way. What's the next part, Jacob? I wish to handle all matters regarding our children privately, and hopefully he can finally respond to the third attorney he's had in the last year to resolve any issues amicably. I mean, I do not know these people. If I'm being honest, I mean, I was being a little slow before. I don't know these people. I do not know what's hard for who, but what I do know is that
Not the main provider. I said she would have worked.
yeah, she was like, as the one who's paying the bills around here. Part of me is like, I mean, I think Kanye West has openly said that he struggles with mental health, and it is probably very
Yeah.
hard to co-parent with someone who's in the throes of their mental illness. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
especially someone who is volatile. Kanye West has a history of being publicly volatile. You know what I mean? And I also think that I'm not a parent, but I just have a sneaking suspicion that having your parenting judged and critiqued by not only strangers, but the other parent who is not there doing all the parent stuff is probably very hurtful. Like I can imagine how upset I would be if someone were judging my parenting.
Well,
Even
Kanye said
even
this,
and even if you are making a mistake, it's just something about having your parenting judged and so harshly is probably upsetting.
Kanye said this. What do you mean by main provider? America saw you try to kidnap my daughter on her birthday by not providing the address. You put security on me inside of the house to play with my son, then accused me of stealing. I had to take a drug test after Chicago's party because you accused me of being on drugs. Tracy Romulus, stop manipulating Kim to be this way. Girl, I'm like, and part of me, I'm like, stop putting y'all shit publicly. But I'm like, they literally live their lives in the public. So like they can hash this out in public if like they so please, like that's their business. But I'm
It
like,
doesn't
girl,
sound like
everybody
they
must be
so
helping you.
pleased. It sounds like Kanye so pleases. Like it sounds like Kim's trying to just like live her life with her
Yeah.
child, and it sounds like Kanye West is like trying to be like, I'm gonna fuck up Pete Davidson. Um,
Did he say that?
like yes, he has a song lyric that says like God like gave him life so he can beat up Pete Davidson.
I didn't see that.
He's
Meanwhile,
like
he's
God.
still
It was something I can't
he's
remember,
fucking
but it
some
was something
bitch.
like God gave me a second chance so I could beat up Pete Davidson. Like it's like he's acting like it's wild. Like girl, it is
Work.
wild.
Well, Kanye and Kim, if you guys want to submit more questions to Sibling Advisory, Bob and I will be more than willing to help you guys get through this divorce in an amicable and a peaceful way. And just join the Patreon, and we got you.
I cannot even imagine going through a divorce this public with custody hearings and
I
with.
know.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not team anyone because I don't know these people, but like I tend to be like Kanye West is messy. Like that's
Divorce just sounds so messy. Like if I ever get married to someone, I just do not like I mean I don't know their business. I don't know how hard they work to preserve this. And again, Kanye does struggle with mental health things. I'm just like, but again, staying in a relationship that you're not happy with, that's crazy too. I don't know. I'm like, I don't know. Divorce just sounds so crazy. Like I would have tried to avoid divorce at all costs and just try to make it like a thing. Like try to make it
I,
work.
I don't know. I think I would. I don't think I would avoid divorce that's hard, avoid divorce at all costs, but I would. It'd probably be tough because like again, this is all conjecture. But I feel like when you're at that point where you just know it's not going to work out,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
what do you do? Like, what do you? I was talking to um Ezra's dad, and he was talking. He
Because
was like,
Ezra's dad and mom divorced.
yeah, but he was just saying a lot. He was just saying like we were talking like about something someone. But he was
Oh,
like
okay,
divorce
okay,
is.
okay.
He was just saying divorce is really tough. He's like it is very
I could
very tough.
imagine. I could imagine. And like all kids, like when all kids who have parents who divorce, you're like, no, stay together. You don't want it to happen. But I'm like, I'm sure they're not just like, yeah, let's just do it. I'm sure it's like the last resort. I was like, I cannot be with this person anymore. We have outgrown each other. It's not working. We have to separate. But obviously, kids are like, no, mom and dad, please stay together for me. Bitch, fuck you. I'm not happy.
Did you have to? Were you a kid? Did you have to go through a divorce, or were your parents like? Have they ever been divorced or
Yeah,
anything? They
yeah,
were.
yeah. My parents they got divorced after 11 years.
Was that tough as a kid going through that?
It was tough. Like you feel like you're in the middle of it, and you obviously want to stay together, and you're kind of confused as to what's going on, and yeah, it absolutely was tough. I don't want them to divorce, but they're friends now, and my mom still takes care of my dad, and she like does things for him because she was like his first. They were like each other's first love and shit. So they're still friends, and they still help each other
Do,
out. And he
do
comes
they
over
have
and he
other
seasons
partners?
meat for her. No, my dad does not have another partner. My mom has dated since, but she's single now.
Did you say she seasons meat for him?
Yeah, that's like for Christmas. Like he'll like come over to the house and he'll like
Like she
season
just
meat for
seasons
her.
it. She doesn't cook it. She just seasons it.
No, no, he'll season meat for her because my mom doesn't like
Oh,
seasoning meat, so my dad will do it for her.
wait. So he'll. Wait, this is wild. So your mom likes cooking, but she's like, it's just the seasoning of the meat. I can't
Yeah,
with
for
the seasoning.
example, for like Christmas, like a turkey. My mom was like, this is a big animal to season." So my dad will come over the night before and he'll season the turkey and the ham and stuff for her. And not the ham because you don't season ham really. He'll season the turkey and other because again, it's very West Indian to have like 8 different meats. Which for Christmas we have turkey, ham, goat, lamb, chicken. It's crazy. So my dad will come and do all of that the night before, and then come over the next day to eat it.
Not Monet's white upbringing. Mama not seasoning chicken. She was like,
What?
I just don't
How
want
is
to
that a
season.
white upbringing?
It's a joke that white people don't season their food. Your
Oh.
mom's like, "Bitch, I'm not seasoning this shit." Your mom's like, I don't like it. I don't want to season this food. Not Monet's white upbringing. With the lack of seasoning in the food.
Yeah, so that's kind of agree. Yeah, but there's the were your mom and dad amicable? Were they friends? Was that tough for you?
My mother has never been married, and
Mm.
so her and my father were not married, and they were together when I was born, but they were together
Mm.
for but I was a baby when they stopped seeing each other,
Right.
and
Right.
I have no recollection of my parents. I have no memories of my parents being together ever. I cannot even imagine my mother and my father dating. It doesn't like there's just it just seems it'd be wild if to imagine Frank Pridget and Martha Caldwell as an item. I can't believe she ever was like, "Oh my God, Frank, I love you so much." That sounds wild. Seeing my mom be like putting her arms around my father and like that would be like I literally can't even fathom them holding hands. And by the way, they're not like enemies.
Really?
My parents are not enemies, but they are great friends. But my parents have just always seemed like literally like friends or my father is like the his connection to my mom is just like
Mm.
some guy who lives in the neighborhood, but he's my
Word.
father. I mean, not even. I just it is imagining Martha Caldwell and Frank Pridget holding hands, kissing, loving each other is so funny. Sometimes my dad will say something like, I still love you, girl," and she will just start laughing.
I
Like
love that.
she's like, "Boy, you Frank, you funny. You still doing jokes." Or, or or one time I think my dad's wife was like, "Don't be trying to get with Frank," and my mom was like, "Who? Get with who? Frank? Frank? Okay, let me make y'all a
my
place so y'all
parents,
can go." Monet's
my
father
parents were very
season the meat. Let's
affectionate.
get y'all a plate.
No, no, my parents were very affectionate. That's why I feel like when I found out about the divorce, it was so shocking because they were very affectionate. Like they were very lovey dovey, kissing her. The only thing my parents, but I don't. It was because my dad would always fall asleep in the living room, so he would not sleep in the bed. Like my dad would always fall asleep watching TV on the couch. So I feel like I never saw my dad sleep in the bedroom ever.
Mm.
But yeah, but every
I mean,
other than
also
that, they would like kiss and dance around and like normal. It was very strange.
shout out to everyone who falls asleep in the living room. Big shout out to everyone who falls asleep in the living room because that shit is great. Falling asleep watching TV in the living room is great. All right, let's listen. Let's
Yeah, we're
get
a
to
half an hour
some.
in. We need to give somebody advice. We need to give somebody advice out here.
We just gave Kim and Kanye, or sorry, All Falls Down and Keeping Up With some great advice.
Keeping it with the K.
All right,
Hey,
here we
Bob
go.
and Monet.
Okay.
So I'm currently seeing this one guy. He's really hot, really nice, really sweet. Like, dick makes you wonder what size of ring he wear. But the current issue is that he seems to be very conservative. Like, girl, build a wall, build a wall. But
No.
girl, I'm Mexican, so that's not flying with me. But he's like,
Mm-mm.
he's just like really such a really good guy. Except for actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe he's not a really good guy. But I'm just not seeing it. But I'm just very confused. What do y'all think? Sincerely, Monet's made.
Did you say Monet's mate?
Monet's mate.
I think so.
Yeah, it's like you said Monet's
Monet's
mate.
sincerely Monet's mate. What do you mean sincerely Monet's mate? I don't even get that.
Sincerely, Monet's made.
Monet's mate.
Oh, Monet's maid.
Oh, Monet's mate. Oh God. What was her name? Erica. What was her name again?
Julieta.
Julietta. Julietta done found you, girl. Julietta done hunted you down.
But let me tell you something. Dick, it is very easy to get hypnotized by Dick, but this conservative ass nigga, y'all values never align. So if you're not trying to pursue a relationship, fine, fuck him all you want. Slurp the nut out of that conservative dick. But if you're trying to pursue a relationship or something romantic, you know it will never work out for you. This person is a conservative. He's talking about build a wall, go back to your country. You black Mexican bitch, get out. It'll never work. So don't even entertain it. But if you just want to get some conservative nut in your gut, then go for it.
And we don't usually do one, but can we please do a what made Monet say this? Slurp the nut out of that conservative dick. Um, I will say it. This is all conjecture. I do not know, but it sounds like you're just enamored with how beautiful this man is. Because even though you're not said, there's something about the tone of your voice that just sounds like he's hot and you don't want to let him go. I think that having someone whose political ideologies are at least similar to yours is important in terms of relationship.
For sure.
Like, for example, me and Jacob were both having a conversation and we were like, we could, if one of us became devoutly religious, like if Jacob became like Orthodox Jewish, or if I became, if I went back to being like a Southern Baptist, it would be
She went
very
back to being a
hard.
man.
Oh, she went back to being a Baptist, a Protestant. It would be very difficult to pursue,
Yeah.
to keep the relationship going. It would just be hard.
But
And
only on religion, or are you just using that as an example?
well, that's just one thing that we've said. That's just the conversation that Jacob and I have had. We haven't had the conversation about if I became a Tory, or if
Not a Tory. Not back at chips and enter the chat, girl.
yeah, I said that so you would feel more comfortable. I know how British you are. Nowadays, everything is online, and it's really important to me that my website looks as fabulous and fantastic and beautiful as I do. Now, making a website can be hard, but I found a perfect home at Squarespace. Squarespace uses incredibly intuitive designs to help build your website. You can build your dream website without knowing anything about code or computers. I mean, I do get a little help from Jacob, not gonna lie. Squarespace has a really great and easy to understand analytics tool. Now, listen, they can help you gain powerful insights into who's visiting your website and how they're interacting with your content, including page views, traffic sources, time on site, most read content, audience, geography, and many, many more functions. Now, they also take care of buying and managing your domain name and make linking it to your website super easy. Buying a domain from Squarespace is simple because there's no hidden fees or price hikes. Each domain comes with an ad-free parking space and free WHOIS privacy on eligible domains. Now, Squarespace already has great SEO tools and takes the guesswork out of search engine optimization for your website, which means you'll get found in searches by more people more often. And that is what a website is for. You want people to see it. Now, for me, this has been really helpful for selling merch, honey. There's a whole lot of Bob the Drag Queen knockoff websites out there. We see you, but I'm always confident that my merch is at the very top of the list. Squarespace has the tools you need to get your business off the ground, including e-commerce templates, inventory management, a simple checkout process, and secure payments. Whatever you sell, Squarespace has merchandising features to make your products look their best online. All right, head over to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're there and you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/rivalry to save 10% on your first purchase of a website or domain. Oh, we did it. We made it through another eventful year, eventful for a lot of reasons, and a very busy holiday season. Now I'm ready to reset and focus on my health and my wellness. And if you are too, you need a better understanding of what's going on inside. Now, give yourself more clarity and confidence with Everlywell. Everlywell offers affordable at-home lab tests that give you trusted physician-reviewed results. Now, choose from tests including food sensitivity, metabolism, sleep and stress, thyroid, and so many more. Here's how it works. Everlywell ships your test straight to your door with everything needed for a simple sample collection. Return the test to a CLIA certified lab with a prepaid shipping label. Then your physician reviews the results and insights, and they're sent to your device in just days, just a few days. Over 1 million people have trusted Everlywell with the at-home lab testing results. Listen, I'm a very busy woman, and Everlywell fits perfectly into my schedule. I can take my test whenever I want, and I can easily access my results when I'm on the road. It's easy, it's convenient, and honestly, I genuinely love it. I feel a lot more confident in my health. And for the listeners of this podcast, Everlywell is offering a special discount of 20% off an at-home lab test at everlywell.com/rivalry. That's everlywell.com/rivalry for 20% off your at-home lab test. everlywell.com/rivalry. But yeah, Mary, first of all, you said it seems like he's conservative. So like, is he conservative
No,
or is he?
he knows. He knows. It's when somebody's conservative. He's saying seems like, so it doesn't feel as daunting and as shocking. But bitch, that motherfucker is conservative.
I mean, I think I mentioned before that I have a friend who was dating a guy, and then when he found out that he was basically like a Trump sympathizer, he was dating this guy, and then like they were just like hooking up and like having fun, and then one day the guy was basically like, he just in passing was like, I don't see what's the big deal with Donald Trump. Like,
No.
I think he's doing a great job. And then that's when my friend was like, I think he literally like just drove home that day and never spoke to him again. It was something like that. It was like,
Yeah.
he just, because he knew that they weren't going to be able to see eye to eye on things down the line.
But now thinking about it, there are people, I forgot, there are like 3 examples that I've heard of, especially on The View, they brought it up. There are couples who are One is literally serving in on the fucking Republican side of Parliament. The other one is a Democrat. Like there are three examples of that. So it is possible to have someone that you fundamentally disagree with politically. Like that is possible. But I know for me, that just could not. If I found out tomorrow Andy was fucking masking that he was a fucking what you call him, a fucking proud boy. Could you imagine like that would just never work. Never. Never.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I'm sure somewhere there's a blood dating a crip, but I don't think that means that that they're gonna want to pursue that. Maybe those people are able to push their feelings aside, or their political views aside. I would not be able to.
Yeah.
All right, you got another one, baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Let me try to.
Not a blood versus a crib. Bob, that was good. You're funny today.
You're ridiculous. Also, you said something one time that I just realized something you said that made me, and I was like,
Oh
cause
God, here we
because
go.
you always say
What
this thing
now?
like how I was not happy until you started crying, but then you never mention out loud that you were crying because you were in a good mood. You weren't like sad crying. You were crying because you were like, things are going so well for
Everyone,
me. I know, but then
everyone
in my head,
knew.
the narrative kept sounding like Bob couldn't smile until Monet was miserable, but you weren't miserable. You were crying because of how great your life was, and I was
I never
laughing
said
because it was
I
so
never said I was
absurd.
miserable. I never said I
But
was
the
miserable.
connotation, there was some connotation. You were like, you
That's one
couldn't smile
example.
until I was crying, and I was like,
There have
and then I
there
thought
have been
back,
other
then I watched the
examples.
episode, and I was like, you were literally being like, things are just so great right now, and I was like, oh, that's wonderful.
But before you knew I was crying, you were sitting there like as soon as the first tear came from my eye, you were literally like the Grinch. You were like,
Yeah, but you were crying because you were happy. So then I started being happy because you were happy. You tried to make it look like I was happy
mm.
that you were sad, but you weren't sad.
Okay, to quote Bob the drag queen, I am not a witch. I cannot cast a
I said
spell.
tried to make
I
it
could,
look like, not tried to make me. I said tried to make it look like I was laughing because you were miserable or sad or something. Okay, here we
I
go.
could. Are you gonna play it?
Yeah.
Hi, Bob and Monet. I wanted to ask you both about apologizing when you don't think you've done anything wrong. I'm a queer woman in my 40s, and my wife wants me to apologize even when I feel 100% right. She doesn't want any "I'm sorry you felt" sort of statements, but a genuine apology, ideally with the behavior change attached to it. How do you handle apologies when you're sure you're right? Thank you both so much. Love you.
Okay, can I just say thank you so much for saying I'm a queer woman? Like we'd be like, I don't know what this person is. I have no clue. I don't know what this. I feel like this helps us in our quest for advice giving. So thank you, queer,
Queer voice.
unapologetically. Thank you, unapologetically.
Well, before we get into that, I think there is a thing that I forgot what show I was watching, but it's about women apologizing. Like oftentimes women apologize, like they'll like bump into someone or not bump into someone, they'll do something and they're constantly saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So I think there is a slight, I mean, this, you're talking about this in the parameters of your relationship with your wife, so that's different. But I know there is a big thing of women trying not to say sorry for everything because everything does not deserve a sorry. If I can think of an example. If I walk down a hallway and I'm trying to get past you, I don't need to say I'm sorry, bitch. I'm moving through the world. I don't need to apologize for my behavior. So there is that whole aspect
Well,
that I want to
sometimes I think
consider
there's
in
a
all of this.
thing socially women often say I'm sorry instead of excuse me. Sorry. Or like
Yeah,
they'll walk up and say, "Sorry, can I have a?" And I'm like, "Sorry, what do you mean,
yeah,
sorry?" Yeah,
yeah. You're not sorry,
but
bitch. You
but
are.
this seems
Yeah,
different. She's
yeah,
saying
yeah,
like
yeah,
these
yeah,
two
yeah.
had a disagreement, and she and her partner would like an apology.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're married or not, but her wife or her girlfriend would like an apology, and
yeah.
she's like, "I don't feel like I did anything wrong." I think that I mean, it's kind of like getting into a car accident. You know what I mean? Like, don't admit fault. But I think also like if you don't feel like you did anything wrong, I don't think you should apologize. I think there is a
Agreed.
chance that you two can converse and find out how each other feel and get to each other's feelings. Find out why each other felt that way. Um, I think that sounds healthier to me than just apologizing because your partner wants an apology.
I agree 100%. I'm like you're not at fault here. You didn't do anything wrong. I mean, sometimes just apologizing will make your partner feel better. So there is that part. I understand that you want to do for them, but then if you just keep on apologizing when you do anything wrong, then you're admitting guilt when you should not be. And I don't think that's fair or right to you either.
It also kind of feels like a lie a little bit. Like you're not sorry.
Yeah.
Like you're not sorry. You just don't want to fight. You know what I mean? Which makes sense. I can understand just wanting peace. I understand just wanting peace, but
Yeah.
also like I think that telling your partner you're sorry when you're not sorry can lead to some, I don't know, some confusion down the line when you get back to whatever was the catalyst for this argument. And
Oh,
she's
it
like,
will
because
come up
I
again.
thought you were sorry, and
You're
you was like,
right.
no, bitch, I said I was sorry. I wasn't actually sorry. I said I was sorry. I'm
Oh
not
yeah, for
sorry.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. So I think that is something to look out for. But I mean, also, I also think it depends on the gravity of the situation. If you bought eggs and you ate the last two and your partner was really upset and she wants you to apologize for eating the last two eggs, is that gonna fucking change your world for apologizing for eating the last two eggs? No. So I think you can. I think if you want to, I think that's fine. But if it's something graver or something a little more dramatic, then I think that that's another conversation. But if it's something trivial like that, who cares? They're fucking eggs. I'm sorry, I ate the last two eggs, babe. You know what I mean?
I think that sometimes those last two eggs, just over time, it just keeps building up, and it's like the last two eggs, and then the two eggs before that, the two eggs before that, the two eggs before that. By this time, we're not talking about two eggs; it's been 48 eggs at this point. You know what I mean? And and, and I think that those. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like. I mean, I'm trying to think about. I guess Jacob and I really have not been arguing much since we moved to California. So, but when we were having a rough patch during quarantine, and we apologized to each other. 'Cause I mean, I also find that sometimes when you're arguing, there is sometimes something to apologize for. Sometimes because when the argument gets like contentious, a lot's happening. So much
Yeah.
happens. You ever sometimes in an argument it just gets so contentious. You're back and forthing so much that there's like that nine egregious things have happened by the time the conversation's over.
Bob, that's literally this podcast. That's
Yeah,
literally every
whatever.
I was like, I'm trying to think of a time where, bitch, every other episode.
You're ridiculous. I'm gonna play our next clip. Here we go. Also, I'm just gonna play this
What?
clip. I'm gonna say
What?
like every time we get into an argument on the podcast, the listeners are so like wild, and I'm like, y'all need to like. I mean, we are in a parasocial relationship right now, and I appreciate that people are so invested in us, but they think they're so sure about our like you and me having vitriol and hatred for each other, and I'm like, I promise you guys, me and Monet are fucking friends. Like y'all are like
Don't speak for me.
wild.
Don't speak for me.
You know what? I'm playing this next clip.
Hi, Monet and Bob. My name is Jay. I've been a
Ooh,
patron for quite a while now and a fan for longer. I had this
not Jada
coworker
Fail.
that I'm very attracted to. He's very handsome, he's nice, he's sweet, he's funny, and he's straight. One day I told him how I felt
Girl.
about him, and in response, he says how he's undeserving of my feelings and that he's so grateful that I told him. I
Oh.
don't know how to take that because what's worse is I get mixed signals from him. When he sees me at parties, he gives me a hug and squeezes my ass. And the feelings I get, oh, Mary, don't ask. Fast forward, he's my roommate now and he has a girlfriend, but I still don't know if I should pursue him or just leave him alone. He's the only man I get nervous around every time we talk. What should I do?
Okay, do
Uh,
you want to go first? Or do you want
that's
me to go first?
I think that he was very clear on how he feels about you. He said, "I am not deserving of your feelings. Do not give me these feelings." But I do understand that he's like hugging you and the grabbing your butt and doing stuff like that and being playful. Maybe he thinks he's just being playful with you, but I understand how you're getting these mixed feelings. But I feel like he's been very clear as to I have a girlfriend. Like, he told you don't give him these feelings. He got a whole girlfriend. He is living his whole life, and you're like, I don't know what to do. But I don't want to. I don't want to say that you're wrong for feeling that because I get the mixed feelings. But I feel like he's being very clear about how he feels about you. And maybe he's and you know and straight men can just because he's straight doesn't mean he can't like have like a fun cute relationship with you that's not romantic or sexual. He's just treating you as a friend. Straight guys be in locker rooms slapping each other butts, grabbing each other dicks and doing shit all the time. That doesn't mean that they want to fuck each other. I think that he's just being
Wait,
playful.
they grab
And
each other's dicks in the locker room all the time, all the time.
I, I mean, I've seen. Do you not watch Euphoria? They be doing it in Euphoria. Um,
They smoke. They smoke. The principal smokes crack at Euphoria High School.
But yeah, I think the person being very clear, and I think he just tried to have a fun, broy type relationship with you that is not sexual or romantic, and I think you should respect that. But you know, if you can't be around it and it's like triggering you because you want to have sex with a person or want to pursue something romantic, then maybe you should get yourself out of the situation, which is not living with them if you can't handle the broy type friendship that he's trying to build with you.
Yeah, you know, I feel like touching your friend's butts isn't necessarily a sign of sexual attraction. I touch Monet's butt all the time. Monet smacked my butt. I touch Mateo's butt. I smack Peppermint's butt. Like
Sometimes I jerk Bob off, like we're
in
just friends
in the locker room. Um,
doing crack with the principal.
I have smacked a lot of my friends' butts, and I don't think that is necessarily. I mean, it is some sort of a consensual playfulness between me and my friends, but I do
Yeah,
not think that is any. That's not. I don't think. I don't personally think that is a mixed signal. I think you are creating signals where there is no signal. I think he
yeah,
gave you the signal. It was a sign, and it said stop.
yeah,
He made it very clear. It was in no unclear terms. He was like, "Bitch, I don't like you. I am not
yeah,
interested in you. I am very flattered that you like me. You deserve to have someone who can give these feelings back to you." Um,
yeah.
and also, like, I gotta be honest, it does not sound like a healthy relationship. Like, Monet, when you first started dating Andy, were you nervous around him, or were you like? Because I mean, I wouldn't describe what I felt for Jacob as like nervous. I mean, I was excited to be around Jake, but I was never like nervous.
Yeah, yeah. When I first started dating Andy, I wasn't nervous. I was just, I was, yeah, I would say I was excited. I would get like butterflies and stuff, and I honestly I still do sometimes. But it's not nervous. I'm not like, oh my God, I'm like nervous. It was like excitement. Like I'm getting to be around this person. I'm with them. I'm spending time with them. Not nervous. Excitement is a better word for it for sure.
Yeah, girl, you gotta know this is not good. This is a bad look, and you gotta stop, and you gotta release your. Listen, baby, you are in a prison of your own design. Release
Yeah,
yourself from these shackles. This man is not interested in you. He has
yeah.
made that very clear. He has a full ass girlfriend.
Also, I think that you might be. I think maybe you've seen too many of these like gay Netflix movies or these old movies where the straight guy said, "No, no, I'm not interested," but he really is, and end up having sex and fall. That is, girl, those are movies. That shit does not happen in real life. So I think you're trying to live this like movie fantasy of these tropes we see of straight guys and gay guys finding love in movies, and that's just not gonna
Yeah.
happen. You can't
And
you
on
can't live
those
a life like
rare
that.
occasions where it has happened, we do not need you sliding into the comments of this video saying it happened to me. We don't
Right,
need that.
right.
Do not. I'm sure. Yeah. You have the experience. I am here to invalidate your experience. I do not want you coming into the comment section here, giving this man some false sense of hope because one time you jerked off a
Yeah,
guy from like we don't want to hear about your toxic relationships with a
right.
straight guy. So
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
that
No,
shit
no,
to
no.
yourself. And I am calling that relationship shit, and I don't feel bad about it.
Damn, damn.
I feel very strongly about closeted guys fucking around with queer people. I feel very, very, very strongly about it. It is dangerous. It is toxic. It is so bad for the queer person, and I cannot say enough bad things. I can't disrecommend it enough.
Yeah, yeah. As someone who lived that life for a long time, I can agree. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for you. It puts you in a bad space. It's very unhealthy for you. You deserve to find someone who can love you openly and freely, and you can share that love and express it how you want to, not behind a sheet, not behind closed doors, not in a hotel room, not secretly behind a locker. Like, you deserve open and free love.
Can I say completely unsponsored, no one's paying us to say this. I ordered the Choco Labs RuPaul candy bar today because bitch,
Hmm.
this season long commercial for these candy bars,
It worked.
It worked on me, and bitch, I bought a candy bar. So I'm gonna be doing I'm gonna do a review of one at some point. Eat this. It's been on my mind. It's in the other room, and I cannot stop thinking about this fucking candy bar. I literally, my brain's like,
You're drinking the Kool-Aid, girl. You're drinking the Kool-Aid.
girl.
Jacob,
It's
I don't
chocolate.
have access. I don't have access to the print. I can't read the next ones.
Let me fix it. Sorry.
Jacob really said Jacob is gatekeeping the advisory.
Not gatekeeping. Not gatekeeping the advice.
All right, you should have it. It should be fixed.
Jacob said, "Read it
Word.
again, bitch."
Okay, let me read this person because we're running
Wait,
out. Our
now
time
I
is
need
drawing nigh.
access.
Yep, I'm getting there.
What'd you say, Money? What'd you say, Money?
I want to get to some more of these. We've only given 3 people. Kim and Connie are 4. We've only given 4 people advice so far. We're on an hour
Kim and
already.
Kanye might use this. You never know. All right, you can just read them all, Money. That's fine.
Okay. Dear Monet and Bob, my boyfriend's butthole is just so tight. Too tight. Every time we have sex, it feels like his asshole has a complete chokehold to the point of suffocating my dick. We've tried different lubes, but they all rub out too fast. Poppers are illegal in Canada, so they're super hard to come by. Really? This doesn't help by the fact that he prefers a spit fuck over lube 100% of the time. Are you joking? Sorry, I'm having real time reaction. I love my boyfriend and his butthole very much, but goddamn, what am I supposed to do when my dick feels like Bart Simpson's neck getting choked out by Homer anytime we try to make love? It's like my boyfriend shoved a bag of warheads up his ass and my penis is paying the price. Do you have any advice for loosening up my boyfriend? Sincerely, an increasingly claustrophobic top. Oh my God. Okay, a few
That's
things.
that
He
gorilla
prefers spit
grip,
over lube.
girl. Listen.
But especially if his boyfriend is that tight, he prefers spit over lube. That's crazy.
Well, I think the boyfriend. It sounds. I mean, the letter we're getting is from the top, not from the hole. The hole is like, I like that tight shit. Some people like their holes to be punished. Some people are like, beat it up, nigga, catch a charge,
Bitch,
extra large and
pigeons.
extra hard. Well, he said what he said. That gorilla grip bussy wants a hint of saliva. Just lean over the dick with a lisp, and then lean
That
over the
is
hole with a lisp,
insane.
and then start slamming it in. You know,
That's insane behavior.
I feel like, and everyone's body is different, but across the board, all buttholes are elastic. Like your
Yeah.
butthole will loosen up. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive straight into the deep end, and just recommend you get a butt plug. Maybe.
Oh my God, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, a butt plug. You put it in there. You like, maybe if while you're making out, maybe while he's blowing you and you're blowing him, maybe while you're kissing, maybe while he's cooking dinner, whatever feels sexy to you all. You just spit on the butt plug because he doesn't like lube. You drop a couple of tears on the butt plug and then pop it in his ass. And by the time you're ready to have sex, it'll feel good. But there's also just that he might like that. Like the tightness feels good to him.
But it doesn't feel good to the top, so it's not mutually beneficial. I say I like the butt plug idea, and if you're like, oh no, there's not one big enough, bitch. There are butt plugs that go up to like a fucking 20 centimeters, it's 20 inches in circumference. So there is a butt plug big enough. So I feel like if you think, I would say get a nice array of butt plugs. Maybe by 3, you can start with like 3 varying sizes, like a small, medium, large, and try to open them up that way. And maybe this may be a perfect time to start. Maybe try getting into fisting. The fisting community is booming in Los Angeles and New York, I've heard. So maybe you can get into fisting, and maybe that can be the thing that brings you guys together and opening up with you, bitch, with your bare hands.
Yeah, maybe. Also, how big is your dick? Like, is this like a big fat? Is your dick just really fat? Is it his hole, or is it your fat wrist thick penis?
Not rustic penis.
No, I said
Like a
wrist
fucking pizza.
thick.
Oh.
In porn, I would do that. In porn, so like some tiny girl being like, "Oh my God, it's my wrist," and then she puts her forearm by his dick. It's like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." That's wild. You got to work on the hole. You have to do the work to get the butthole loose before you go in there each time. I don't know how long you've been dating, but that's what I recommend. All right, I got my thing figured out. All right, dear Bob Monet, I work in New York City nightlife. Oh, we probably know this bitch. And I find there's a lot of messiness around people, bartenders, barbacks, queens, coat check people, etc.
Girl.
Drinking on the job.
Oh
In
God,
your
y'all gonna get
professional
Bob
opinion,
going off.
in your professional opinion, what's a good rule of thumb for drinking at your bar job?
Oh God,
Sincerely,
Bob is gonna say. Now I
barback
already know
Barbie.
what Bob's gonna say. I know about. Go ahead,
Well,
Bob. I know you want to
wh-
talk.
what do you mean? What do you think? What do you give your? I want you to give your great advice first. Actually,
No, I went first last time. Your turn to go first.
I think that drinking at work is a bad idea. I think that when you're at work, you need to be professional. I think that just because your job is to sell alcohol does not mean it is your job to drink it in front of everyone. I think that especially you don't want to get sloppy. Not a lot of people. Some people can't hold their liquor. Some people don't know how to behave themselves. I also work in New York City nightlife for years. I worked in New York City nightlife for over a decade, and I've seen that same thing. I've seen DJs fully drugged out in the DJ booth,
Bitch, I know exactly what you're talking about too. I
and
can't.
we've seen it. You know what I mean? I have seen drag queens get so drunk they flip tables. I have seen drag queens get into full-on fist fights with people. If you all listen to Logan
I'm
Hardcore's
looking at
podcast,
one.
anyway, I was so drunk. I've seen Logan Hardcore. She said it on her podcast. Get so drunk that she threw her shoe at a patron because he was trying to leave, and then the shoe ended up like ripping the ear of the DJ, the high heel. And in my opinion, that's not cute. It's not funny. It's not fierce. Whenever I've worked with drag queens who are wasted, it's not fun. That like
Yeah.
it's especially for the person who's at work like that. But that's just how I would say that there are lots of drag queens who get drunk at work and have had very successful careers. So I'm not saying that my sobriety is the oh my God. I'm not saying that my sobriety is like the key to my success for me, but it's definitely helped me out. And I'm not saying that Thorgy's drunkenness is not the key to her success. I'm sure it's helped her out at some point too. But in my opinion, for me personally, I don't drink at work. And how do I deal with my coworkers who do it? Honestly, I literally just take it in stride. It feels like there's nothing you can do about it because so many people are doing shots before. It's just one of the, even though like I know where to bar. I'm just trying to imagine doing shots before work at any other job and being like, oh, this makes sense.
That's different. You cannot. That's not the same thing. If you can't say being a lawyer taking shots before work. It's just different. You're not working at a bar. I am someone. Bob and I work together, and I drink. But again, I'm not. I'm someone who can handle my liquor. I'm not an alcoholic. Like I'll have like one drink throughout the show and I'll be fine. Or I'll have like when we do Work the World, all the girls will take like a shot before the show starts, and we'll have like a cocktail in the show, and no one is messy or drunk or throwing up or not doing the numbers. That just doesn't happen. But I have worked with girls who get
No
fucking
one's
obliterated
messy.
and wasted, and you're like,
Have you not seen Derek Barry's Haters Roast? No one's messy. The girls get messy.
I said girls that I work with. I've never worked with Jerry Berry in a professional setting. That's your friend from your season.
Derek Barry doesn't normally get very drunk. But I'm saying you and I both know that like saying no one gets messy is not a true statement. The girls get messy, not always, but there are times where the girls get messy.
I was talking specifically at Work the World. I mean, actually, Asia Australia. There's that one bitch that was messy, and she was live singing, and she was gagged that she was like, "I don't understand why the music isn't always the same," and we're like, "Bitch, it's." It's a fucking instrumental track. It's the same every night. You're not the same.
But that's
You're
what I'm saying.
drunk.
Like, I mean, so I've done a lot of the tours, and like typically speaking, most of the time the girls aren't. But I have seen girls get so wasted they come off stage, attack PAs, physically assault PAs, lock their co-star out of the dressing room, and then like I've seen this happen. Like I have literally seen this happen. So
who?
So that's why listen, anyway, that's why I'm saying
Yo, have y'all noticed over the past couple months, Bob has become such a pussy. Bob, I'm sorry, I don't mean to use pussy as a pejorative. I apologize. Y'all notice that Bob has become increasingly less say their names. The queen of say their names. Anytime it's him, he don't want to say. But when it's me, like Monet, say their names, say their names. Bitch, who the fuck got messy, locked you out the dressing room, and assaulted a PA? Who was it?
It was Monet Exchange, y'all, and I didn't want to say anything, but it was Monet Exchange.
God.
I was trying to protect your image, but you told me you want me to say it. So since you want me to say it, it was Monet Exchange. You asked for
Oh
it,
my
bitch.
God. Anyways,
Oh, now you don't want me to say the name. Oh, now the name's not valid. But no, but I think that but I think that just because you don't get drunk every time does not make the times you get drunk okay. Being drunk at work is honestly is in my opinion, it is very irresponsible to the people you're working with. It is very irresponsible. And I
I'm not saying
get
it
that
makes
we're
it okay,
I
but I
get
feel
that
like some people
we
do
work at nightlife, we're
mismanage their
having fun
alcohol
and we're drinking and
sometimes.
stuff. I get it. Trust me. I get it. I understand that I'm in the minority here. I'm just trying to, and by the way, not just lawyers. I mean, I'm trying to think of any job where everyone's just doing shots before work and then that being cool. Like that sounds wild
That
to me.
at a bar, we're talking about specifically at a bar. That's why it's a little different, I think. Again, I'm not saying that it's okay for people to get obliterated at work. I don't think so. And just because someone has one night where they mismanage themselves and they drank a little too much, I don't think that that makes, yeah, that's not okay, but I don't think that that should bar them from having a shot before work or learning from that mistake and being able to manage themselves at work while having a shot or something. I don't think that that is the same thing.
I mean, I've worked in a corporate restaurant before, a few actually, and you can't. And I've also worked at some like just like New York City bars, and if you work at like a New York City bar, you can do a shot with your patrons. When we work at Ruby Tuesday, there is a absolute company policy. You under no circumstances are ever allowed to do a shot with your guests. You cannot drink. You cannot drink with the guests, even if they buy you a drink. You literally cannot drink it. And in my opinion, that makes sense because you
Sure.
are handling
Shall we?
money. You're holding glasses. You're moving heavy kegs. It's wild. It is wild. But I'm a square.
Shall we do the next one?
We're at time, so we can actually end here.
Oh, Jacob told us shut the hell up.
Okay.
I mean, we can do the next one if you want. I'm just letting you know that we are at
Well,
time.
we can do one.
Okay.
I'm down to do one. Yeah.
Yeah, one more. Dear Monet and Bob, I'm a fairly new drag queen, and I feel like my biggest strengths are sewing looks and performance. But that being said, I'm terrible with hair. I'm always getting red for it, and my wigs just look rough. I'm not at a place to pay somebody to do my hair yet. I feel like I should spend more time focusing on performance and sewing and just having crunchy wigs until I can afford nicer ones. Is hair really a valuable skill to develop? And any easy hair tips or looks that I can easily make look nice? Yes, bitch, a fucking kitty cat wig. That's why my career was built on kitty cat wig. We just
You
think
didn't
about
read
the
the
bag,
name.
you brush
You
it
didn't
with-
read the name.
Oh,
Sincerely, Jasmine Kennedy.
sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
Sincerely bad hair day. Yeah, I think. Listen, there is no shame in getting shake and go wigs for me. I don't think there is. People love to reach and I'm like, bitch, you are some bitch coming to the bar watching my show. You're not Adrian. You're not sewing your looks. You're not doing anything else. Mind your fucking business. If I want to go to the fucking wig store and get a $20 wig and put on my head and it still looks good, that's my business. Why do you care if it costs $20? Fuck you. And I think, and for the most part, especially starting in New York City, Bob and I think we can both attest that there are queens like there's always one level that you're like don't thrive at. Like either you are a queen who's a really good performer and you can do good hair but you can't sew, or you can sew and you're a good performer you can't do hair, or you can perform and you like there's always like one thing you're like lacking on a little bit. And I think that's fine. I think you just work hard, get your coins up so you can start buying wigs and styling hair. And if it's really important to you but you want to have better hair and because you think that's going to really improve your drag, then you can literally learn everything on YouTube. Everything you want to learn, there's a tutorial on YouTube to teach you how to do it. James Mansfield has like, at this point, hundreds of videos teaching you how to style and do different wigs and teaching you how to like coif hair and stuff like that. So if you really, really, really want to learn, there is a tutorial from James Mansfield on how to do it.
Yeah, I think that there are things you can learn with hair. I can't do hair, but I did learn how to do like a bun that looks good. I learned how to fix a hairline so that my hairline doesn't look like that half moon. I learned how to like pull my hair back and put a fro. So whenever I want to go outside of that and have another nice hairstyle, then I'll need help. But I think it's possible to try to learn one trick that you feel really confident in, so that when you wear your hair, you feel good. Also, when you do get your wig styled, I would go to one of these wig people who makes helmets. You want like Wigs and Grace, Integration, Edward Scissorhands. Like they make helmets. Like your hair will legit look
Stiff wear.
good for
It don't
exactly.
move. It don't move.
Yeah, like you want stiff, like you want that hair that is like you can put on the bed, or it falls on the floor. You can pick it back up and it still looks good. Maybe like honestly, I think that a great wig, like a great synthetic wig, you should be able to get, in my opinion, roughly 15 wears out of it. I don't know how crazy you're getting. If you're doing all this shit, then maybe not.
Yeah,
But if you
15.
yeah, I
No,
used to
that's crazy. Bob,
I
15
used to get
performances.
15. Yeah, I used to like, especially like I would do I would whenever I do, that's how I basically staggered my work the world hair. We would do like 15 shows and then we have like a week off,
Oh,
and then
that's true.
on that time off I would take my wig to go get redone again. And I mean by the 15th one
That's
they weren't
true.
looking as great. You know what I mean?
That's true. If y'all go and look up, I don't know, I think it's like Look Queen, The Wizard of Oz, whatever. Bob used to have this red curly wig. I don't
Oh,
know
it's
who
on
made
Drag
this wig.
Race.
That wig, Bob literally had that wig for years. Bob would get done with the gig, shove it in his bag, get to his house and pull it out, and the wig looked like nothing happened to it. It was honestly, it was a modern marvel. It was insane, this wig.
Mitch, we need you to put it on the screen. The wig is the one from the Wizard of Oz episode. It is the one from the Wizard of Oz episode on RuPaul's Drag Race. That is the actual wig. So make sure everyone sees that wig,
It
please.
was insane. Y'all, I'm not even being hyper. I know we do a lot of hyperbole here. I am not kidding. Bob would literally he would do brunch at from 7 to 9 o'clock in that wig, travel downtown, wear it for Liquid until 4 o'clock in the morning, take it off. And when I say, and Bob was even not treating his wig nice. He was not putting it in like a box he would literally shove it in a duffel bag, go home, take it out, put it, and then it was insane, that wig. That is
It would get caught
crazy.
in the cab door, in the snow. No, that wig
That
was
shit was
great.
crazy.
So yeah. Anyway, so baby, you don't have to be great at wigs. I would maybe learn one good trick, but after that, it's okay to outsource. Once you get the money, baby, outsource. Outsource
Yeah,
her,
for sure.
honey.
Yeah. That's it.
Um,
We have done another sibling advisory, Bob. I think we gave some great advice this go around, and I'm happy that we were able to end nicely with each other, and you didn't turn into a monster this episode. I really enjoyed that part.
I wish I could say the same for you. Thank you all for listening.